Yo, what is up, guys? It is your host Seiji Samurai here, and welcome back to the channel. Here I am to the last part to What If Naruto had Gogeta's powers? I'm excited for this part, and honestly, thank you guys so much for tuning into this part, as after this What If is released, I already have the next What If in line ready to be released. So, yeah, y'all better prepare for that. Again, thank you all so much for your support. I know that a large chunk of y'all have been, who am I kidding? A large chunk of y'all have disappeared from the channel, which is okay. I understand. I mean, shoot, dude. If someone has not posted in a while, then I would not want to be around there for very long either. But still, I thank y'all for those who stick around. Thank y'all for your support. And honestly, I'm excited for the future for these next what ifs. I do plan to keep the consistent schedule of me recording a video every day of the week. But on the weekends, I'm not going to do it because it's the weekends. But still, thank you all so much for tuning in here. Thank you all for being such amazing people. And I believe I have done this intro for long enough, and it's time for us to get started on the final part. So, let's begin.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do?
Alright guys, now let's begin this last part to the what if. And let's try to go out with a bang here. Now the what if starts off where we last left off, this being the beginning of the match between Madara and Naruto. Now Naruto then instantly gets into a stance as both him and Madara separate from each other. Madara ends up smirking as he could already tell that this man was different from the rest of them, as it didn't take long before both of them then get into a clash of combat. Many of the shinobis in the area would then suddenly get sent flying as both of Naruto and Madara's fists would then clash with each other, sending a shockwave to send the rest of the shinobi nation flying. As others were sent flying, the only ones who were still there, like standing and pushing it back against the wind and the shockwave, the wind from the shockwave, are pretty much the top tier shinobis, pretty much. However, as for Naruto and Madara, they were going in on combat here, as Madara had to admit, Naruto physically was stronger than him, as just by that simple punch, Madara could feel his arm shatter. But that was not the surprising thing, as with a simple kick, Naruto would send Madara flying. However, Madara was able to recover quite simply. As he ends up saying that Naruto was way stronger than the rest, he would then suddenly be in shock as Naruto had appeared in front of him, this time taking in a faint goldish glow. As this one suddenly, Naruto would then blow him away with multiple punches, as this was him activating Super Saiyan 2. Naruto was not wasting any time here. However, Madara, thanks to the power of the Sharingan, was able to dodge some of these punches, of course. However, even he was surprised by just the power and speed by them. However, due to this though, as Madara was dodging, he was not able to keep up quite well, as he actually got hit in the face with one of the punches, which caused a ginormous shockwave once again, this time causing a crater underneath them, and also causing Madara to be sent flying directly above the rest of the shinobi nations. At this, he goes ahead and, thinks about this hit, as this hit got him thinking different right now. However, he's once again able to recover, but this time he has a swell on his right cheek. At this, he ends up laughing like a maniac, saying that yes, this is exactly what he's been waiting for. As this one suddenly, he will then begin to take in a bluish glow as he activates the power of his Susanoo. At this, Naruto, seeing the ginormous, armor right then and there, would push even further as his eyes begin to take on a faintish sagely glow as he enters Sage mode. He had sent a clone outside the area so that way it can gather Sage energy, but now that he has it, he can now go in as he then rushes off against Madara once again. This time these two go at it. This time it will be Naruto in Super Saiyan 2 plus Sage mode versus against Madara in his Susanoo. Now, Naruto had to admit the Susanoo was quite impressive. However, if you guys remember something, one of Tsunade's punch literally was able to crack the armor of the Susanoo. It was literally able to. So, it shouldn't be surprising when Naruto, who at this point is extremely strong and way above what he was in canon, is able to simply just punch through the Susanoo's armor and is actually able to land a blow on Madara, surprising the man once again. At this, seeing that Naruto was not to be just easily shooken off, like he wasn't a threat, Madara then jumping off to the top of the ledge while Naruto stands there underneath him. At this, both of them would then ice each other with a stare, as this is when Madara would then smirk. As this is when suddenly he would then say that this warm-up of his was now over, as he would then suddenly form the hand signs as a ginormous meteor would then begin to fall upon the rest of the Shinobi forces. Naruto, as well as the rest of them, would then go wide-eyed at this. However, this is when Naruto would then power up once again, letting out a mighty cry, as this would probably take like a couple of like 2 to 3 episodes until finally he ends up reaching into the form of Super Saiyan 3. At this, Naruto then begins to charge it up, the Kamehameha wave, as he then charges up the beam, screaming out. At this, Gaara was about to step in, but this is when Naruto then sends him a look telling him that he's got this. At this, Gaara, of course, trusts Naruto with this, so he decides to step back. As the meteor was coming closer while others try to run away, Naruto would then shoot up the beam directly up, and this beam would be able to actually destroy the meteor, as it would then actually shatter it upon contact, causing the rest of the meteor pieces to be sent flying the other direction. At this, and if you guys are wondering like, oh, how come Naruto was able to do this? Bro, in Super Saiyan 3, Goku was able to literally blow a hole in a miniature planet. Like, come on now. I'm pretty sure he will be able to literally be able to destroy a meteor. Heck, didn't Master Roshi destroy a moon? Like, come on. Like, nah, dude. Come on. But either way, back to it. At this, after destroying the beam, Naruto once again turns to Madara, as Madara would then smile. Who said I was the only one, he would say. At this one suddenly, just like that, Naruto would then look up, but he did not see not one meteor. He saw 3 others that were falling on top of him. At this, Naruto then sighs as he would then summon out 2 shadow clones, as each one of them begins to power up even further as they dash off towards the sky. Using his manipulation of ki, Naruto is able to dash off into the sky there, as he then charges out one more Kamehameha wave, and trying to let up another relentless attack here. However, while this was happening, Madara had already formed a plan. Seeing that Naruto was superiorly stronger than him when it came to physical strength, he decided to try to outwit him. So it wasn't all that surprising when Madara then formed multiple clones of himself, as each one of them would tap into the power of Susanoo. At this, Naruto's clones would then shoot off a powerful shockwave of a hit, sending it to destroy the meteors that were falling. As Naruto would then look down, he would then suddenly be caught off guard. Well, actually no. He would actually be able to sense multiple attacks approaching him, as he would then dodge out of the way of a ginormous fire dragon, as well as dodging the fist from a Susanoo. At this, Naruto and his 3 clones would then see that they were surrounded by legit a miniature army of Madara. At this, Madara chuckles at this as he ends up sending them all towards Naruto, to which Naruto then once again powers off, letting out a mighty yell, as he then begins to take in another transformation. Back with the other alliance of Konoha, they had to deal with the White Zetsus, but the thing was that now that these things were now taken care of, we can now also turn to Obito and Orochimaru, to which both of them had actually decided that it was now finally time for them to start trying to make their move here. As while Madara is, helping out with Naruto, they decided to try going after B. Now the thing is, they're trying their best to really bring out the 10 tails. The unfortunate thing is, well, pretty much the tail beasts are way stronger than they think, especially the 9. However, they were not giving up on their goals. Not yet. So while Naruto is out there fighting, they were completely unaware by the fact that while they were trying to get away and trying to complete the necessary set, they would also not notice another copy of Naruto just standing right behind a tree waiting for them. Back with the fight, Naruto would then be seen as he then blows away an entire army of Madara with a Gallic gun, as he then turns to the rest of them sighing. At this, he had entered into his Super Saiyan 4 transformation, as well as also tapping into the power of Kurama at this point. And not gonna lie to you, all this is starting to get a strain on Naruto. However, he was not giving up as he pushes even further. At this, Madara continues laughing like a maniac, telling Naruto to once again dance with him. To which Naruto, feeling anger than he ever felt before, once again charges, destroying multiple copies of Madara all over, until he finally approaches the real one, ready to throw a fist. At this, Madara was of course actually caught off guard by this, since Naruto was a fair distance away. But this one suddenly, as soon as he brings his hand up to block the hit, his hand will completely shatter as soon as Naruto's hit land. This will also cause the shockwave from the hit to send Madara flying once again, as this also blows away a couple of the clones that are in the area, causing them to poof away. At this, Naruto will once again begin to, do his speech, his talk no jutsu, as he begins to shout that he would be fighting for his comrades, this and this and that. I'm not gonna get into it because, well, honestly, this will just cause the what if to go even longer than it really needs to. So, nah. But this is when Naruto would then suddenly once again sense meteors approaching, as he then gets angry, summoning more clones as he dashes off towards the skies to take care of them. While this is happening though, both Orochimaru and Obito, as they're currently making their way, will then suddenly get the drop on by Naruto, who ends up kicking them in the stomach. Well, no, he ends up kicking Orochimaru in the stomach and punching Obito in the face. At this, Obito not being able to react properly enough since Naruto had caught him off guard, would of course actually have taken the hit, and of course his mask would then be shattered, revealing the face of Obito Uchiha. At this, Naruto scoffs at this as he ends up telling them that they won't win, but Obito is easily able to tell that this is a clone and that they will be able to deal with this quite easily. So, with that being said, they then get into combat, as Orochimaru, combined with the power of Obito, would then face off against Naruto here. Now, just to let you guys know here, due to the fact that Orochimaru is now working with Obito, and due to the fact that he also has Sasuke's body on this one, that means that he's able to legitimately update Sasuke's body to the point where it has the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, and also, due to the fact that he's been experimenting with this body for a while now, he's able to do a few more amazing things. But I digest, and we now continue on, because this is where the battle continues raging. Like I said, guys, I really wish I could explain this battle. Gosh dang it. Yeah, as soon as this what if is over, like as soon as I'm done telling it, I'm gonna try practicing like how to tell a fight or something, because honestly I'm imagining it in my head, but jeez. Anyway, let me continue on. The battle was raging on as multiple of the shinobi forces can do nothing more but watch as this fight was going down in history. Naruto obliterating the army of Madara, and Madara trying to stand up to the power of Naruto, but it was failing drastically. At this, finally Naruto, having enough of this, then decided that he was going to end this with one simple shot. He could take on these things forever. He can take down the meteors forever. However, everything had a limit. And while Naruto, he had a large amount of stamina and everything, you guys gotta realize, having the power of Kurama, of Super Saiyan, and literally Sage Mode, all that is beginning to pile up on him. Of course, he's gonna start getting exhausted, even for a stamina monster like him. So with that being said, Naruto then decided to talk to Madara, saying that he intended to blow him away with one single attack. At this, Madara then senses a large pressure begin to gather up, as this thing was sensed throughout the entire war zone, as he begins cackling like a maniac, telling him that he wants to see Naruto's full power. At this, Naruto nods, as this one suddenly he begins to take in the cloak of KCM as well as KCM2. He goes KCM2, and this causes him to gain the cloak as well as the eyes, and also gain that chakra-like mode. But this also combined this with the power of Super Saiyan 4, then we got a complete beast of a monster right here. As Naruto would let out a mighty cry, he would then suddenly summon 2 Shao clones, as each one of them would then take in the Kurama avatar. At this, seeing the avatar right in front of him, Madara smiles, as this one suddenly he then creates his own. As he would then form the Susanoo armor, he would completely take in its ginormous form here. Not the fake one or I don't even know, 50% of it, the 50% mode. No, he went full 100 mode on this one. As now that both of these guys were now as one, Naruto would then merge all 3 of his clones together, as we then get the... I don't think the technique has a name, or that form of his has a name, but pretty much, if you want an example, think of it as the final clash of Naruto versus Sasuke here. And think of it when Naruto had combined three of the KCM Kurama modes together. Yeah, that. But either way, Naruto had combined all 3 clones, as each one of the heads of Kurama began to snarl menacingly. As this is when Naruto would then shout out, calling out Kurama's name as both of them, as he also begins to charge ki into the attack. However, Madara will begin to try to match this as he then summons out once again 5 meteors from the sky, but he would also then pull out the twin katanas that he had on the Susanoo armor, as he then swings these two directly towards Naruto, intending on, clashing with him. Naruto, though, he was done. At this, both arms, all 4 arms of Kunoa would then take a ginormous beam as it begins to increase in size even more. At this, Naruto would then name the attack, sending out a Big Bang Rasen Shuriken. As combining the power of ki and chakra, this was the ending result as a literal swirling ball of death, as well with wind, of course, would then be thrown directly at Madara, as both of the attacks would then clash head on. At this, all we were able to hear were the mighty screams as the rest of the shinobi forces can do nothing more but watch in shock, as they were all sent flying from the hit. As this when, of course, the ginormous clash would actually shake the core of the entire area. Literally, even people who were far away from it were still able to sense that, like, a legitimate earthquake from this clash. As finally, as soon as the skies brightened because of the hit, eventually everything would then die down. Smoke would fill in. At this, nothing was said, nothing was heard, until eventually, this is when we would then see Naruto then walk out, as we also see Madara, who was down on the ground. However, he looked pale. He looked completely different to how he was. He looked pale, he looked old, and also, he seemed to be fading away. At this, Madara can only do nothing more but look up, as he couldn't believe that he was defeated. However, he would give a smile. This battle reminded him so much of like how he was fighting Hashirama during this point, and it's been a while since he had such a legendary clash. At this, with his final words, he then turns to Naruto, as he then tells him that he could already tell that he would be a great warrior. To which Naruto can do nothing more but nod, as Madara would actually go out with a smile on his face on this one, feeling actually happy with this. As for the reason why, the reincarnation is the reanimated, I continue thinking that thing is like reincarnation or something. The reanimated jutsu was lifted was because the fight between Orochimaru and Obito, that thing, while that was going on, Naruto had summoned out clones to try taking care of it, and they had finally found a way to sort of dismantle the spell. The jutsu. So with that, Madara can do nothing more but suddenly just pass away, as everyone can do nothing more but watch as the ghost of Uchiha once again becomes that. Literally just passes away. After that, Naruto then turns to everyone else, as everyone would then begin to cheer as they all, shout out Naruto's name and everything. However, Naruto knew that business was not taken care of, as he then turns to where his clone was. Back with the fight between Obito and Orochimaru, they had been fighting Naruto's clone for a while now, as they were surprised by just how strong it was. It was a clone. However, this is when Orochimaru, being the snake that he is, would then summon out the sword as he then tries to cut up Naruto once again, but Naruto's clone would then dodge all of it. At this, both Obito and Orochimaru were looking pretty beaten up, as this is when the clone would then look at them with a serious expression until it finally turns, as he then gives off a smile. Well, I guess you could say this is the end of it. As this one suddenly, he would then poof away. Both Orochimaru and Obito were confused at this, until this one suddenly, an attack from above said otherwise. Is a ginormous Rasengan then slams on their back, as each gentleman can do nothing more but scream out in pain. As we see Naruto there with a big cliche Uzumaki smile, the attack would of course do devastating damage, also causing an explosion. As by the time Naruto looks down at the crater, he could see both Orochimaru and Obito were both down for the count. At this, Naruto smiles at this, as this when he then says, "I think it's about time we finally take care of the rest of it." As of course, finally after this, he senses the chakra to where the Geto statue was, and eventually Naruto begins to get to working on it. This is where we're now having a time skip. Either way. So, following events had occurred now, since really, if you guys expected like something really big or something like that, then you honestly shouldn't. Now, honestly, for those who've been wanting, like, for me to do, like, like, for those who, like, asked me to put, like, Dragon Ball characters into the world of Naruto, these are the reasons why. Like, the power scaling gets thrown out of the way. Like, you can't exactly put people in Dragon Ball and put them in Naruto and just say, oh, this is gonna happen, okay? I mean, like, come on now. And especially since I'm giving Naruto Gogeta's power, he's already above the level of like Madara or really Kaguya, so you can't really expect him to do much there either. So yeah, I mean, it's like having a man who can one punch everything in the show. Like, bro, how the heck do you write that? Oh, wait a minute. How about Let me just continue on. Let me give this what if a good conclusion, okay? So finally, after the battle and the war on and the well, yeah, pretty much yeah, it was not even really a war. It was just a great battle. Yeah. So after the great battle had gone, finally things began to settle down here. Orochimaru, he was taken in custody, as even with those body enhancement and everything, he was not able to really do much against Naruto, since Naruto was way above him. Obito, for his crimes and everything, he was of course captured, to which when Kakashi found out about it, they had like a very heartbreaking moment here, where Kakashi had tried to reach out to Obito, but that didn't exactly work out. However, Naruto being Naruto and not talk no jutsu, he was able to talk to Obito and actually be able to change him. However, that does not mean he was not gonna pay for his crimes. Like, yeah, this man literally brought back a man who should have been dead. No, no, he has to pay for his crimes. Another thing that had happened, well, it's pretty simple. After that, Naruto was once again deemed as a hero. And as time went on, as the years gone by, Naruto had actually tried tampering with the Ghetto statue for a while, until finally he was actually able to release all the tail beasts. Unfortunately, the death of the users, Naruto cannot change that, even with Gogeta's powers. However, what he is able to do is that he pretty much makes an agreement, similar to how he does in Canons, where he has a connection with all the tail beasts. And due to this, the creatures are now once again free to run through the land, as long as they're not causing havoc or anything like that, which brings peace between the tail beasts and the rest of the shinobi nations. As for the rest of them here, well, things kick off quite smoothly. All the ships that were meant to happen do happen. I would say the difference here is the fact that Hinata goes out with Kiba on this one. Or actually, better yet, she goes out with Shino on this one here. Yeah, that would work. As for Naruto, I'm going to say he goes out with Temari on this one, because why the heck not? I mean, bro, have you guys not seen the line of Saiyans? Like, each one of them have an extremely stubborn woman or something like that. And besides, I feel like Temari would be a good match for him in this timeline, at least. But like I said, guys, if I ever do ships, it's not always going to be the same thing. So you guys don't have to worry about me, like, oh, tomorrow's going to be the same ship every single time. So you guys don't have to worry about that. Your ship will eventually come. If I like it or not. Either way. Moving on. After that, though, as time once again moved on and Naruto continued growing, he became known as the strongest shinobi to have ever lived. As his power had literally surpassed that of literally any villain at this point. I mean, like literally, it don't matter if you even came from space, you're still getting kicked. By the way, that whole thing, the whole plot of Naruto the movie did happen here, but since Naruto being Naruto in this one was still equally as strong, and honestly way stronger than he was in canon, yeah, that thing goes down. Except I'm just gonna say it goes way quicker than it really needs to be. As Naruto also ends up being declared the 7th Hokage. Now, I'm pretty sure some people are going to be asking, like, what, why? Or something like that. And the reason for that is because even though Naruto is literally known as the strongest shinobi, there's something that he cannot exactly beat: his age. Naruto cannot exactly just be like, hey, I'm automatically, like, older than everyone. No. And due to him being underage for the role of Hokage, they had decided to substitute in Kakashi, to which he of course took in the role. And so, due to this, things had gone on quite well, as we can finally put a close to this chapter of the What If. And this is where I'm going to end this part, and to end this What If, I'm so glad you guys had stick by with me throughout this journey. And also, this is why I'm going to be taking a break from actually adding like extremely overpowered characters to What Ifs. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Does he technically count as one? Actually, I'm going to actually have to, retract that statement. But when it comes to Dragon Ball characters, I'm not going to be doing that for a while now because as you guys can see, it gets pretty chaotic here. And honestly, even I don't know how to extremely like write this shit. Like, it's like having a very OP character who can literally defeat everyone. I just don't know how to exactly do it. I mean, don't get me wrong. When I make an OP What If, I'm expecting like the character to like just never lose and everything, but still stick to the original character. But now it's just like, I mean, yeah. When it comes to Dragon Ball characters, that just goes out of proportions. Yeah, I have respect to those who could actually be able to insert like a Dragon Ball character into the world of Naruto. You have my respect, okay? I'm sorry, it's just their power scaling is just off the freaking charts. But anyway, guys, like I said, thank you all for tuning in here. I'm pretty sure someone's going to probably do this What If in the future, and it's most definitely going to be better than mine. But I thank you all so much for being here and listening to me on this one. The next What Ifs are going to be coming up, and I'm excited for them. So, yeah. And either way, besides all that, guys, it's your friendly host, Seisui Samurai here, and I'm going to go to the gym. See ya.